are you looking forward to seeing? Maybe in any of the comp teams. What do you want to see in one of these comp teams?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, the low-key favorite, I've always liked this Ampling evolve. I think his name is 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗺. So I want to see what he goes. I mean, I'm hearing word on the street is that he's an anti-stall, or the opposite of that, like almost a pro stall, because if you don't attack him, he's just going to infinite keep recovering like an unnoticed, but instead of getting speed, he gets HP. So that sounds very interesting. I've been hearing a lot about this Lotto tech. Have you heard a little bit about that voodoo trait, Blue? Have you looked into it a bit?
Yes, I read the voodoo, and oh my god, that sounds so... I've read it. I believe it's, was it, Cyclops? Was it? Or Lowaddle?
No. Yeah, Lotto, I believe. Lowaddle? Lowaddle. Yeah. I believe if you attack your ally, the amount of damage you do on your ally, you inflict that exact damage onto both of your opponent's Temtem. So it's like an AoE technique, but you do have to get some damage on your ally. So, you know, hence the word voodoo, right? Like a little good voodoo doll. So we'll see if anyone is working with that. But Trotter does get his 𝗬𝗏𝗃 band out, and rightfully so. Ali with a lot of Temtems that would get heavily punished from this 𝗬𝗏𝗃, the 𝗬𝗀𝗃, that digital fire hedging, and then the 𝗧𝗲𝗺𝗁. So we'll see what he's going to be picking up for that opening turn. And man, are we finally going to see a hedge in Blue? I want to see what he has to offer here.
I mean, both traits are ridiculous either way, right? It's a gotta go faster going away. There is no fast charge benefit here, or you know, it's not a hog whip, so it shouldn't be able to do so. But again, gotta go fast, going away gift are such great abilities. Mostly gotta go fast due to the, again, high priority nature. Just speed is such a big factor in Temtem, so the fact that everything is high priority is already really strong. On top of that, if you're paired with something that also abuses that kind of pace, it's also really solid. But Trotter opens with that 𝗬𝗏𝗃, just sort of deter these fire temps like 𝗧𝗏𝗃 and hedging. But
hey Blue, you're cutting out a little bit. Hey Blue, let's try to get on a call and see if it helps out a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call you here. Mic check, Blue.
Mic check, I am here. Hello, hopefully that is better.
Yeah, let's pray it up. It sounds good for now, but ladies and gents, we got that Hurry Warp, most likely Oshira, so we do got that turn 1 pressure. However, that is not a Temtem you want to be staring down. I believe an electric nature is Oshira's worst nightmare. You don't do any damage to it, maybe 1/4 if I remember correctly, and then a big heavy plague or thunder strike is staring you down. So Trotter a little bit in that tempo lead early on. Let's see how Ali wants to try to reverse that in her favor. But for now, that 𝗵𝗶𝗃 looking very, very ferocious. And maybe hedging has to be the truth to take it down with those fire techniques. We'll see.
Right. Unfortunately for Ali, of course, Sir Matteo's Wrath was buffed decently. Unfortunately, there's no Tem that Oshira matches well against on Trotter's roster. So I'm not quite sure what the idea was with the Oshira, maybe to pair it with the 𝗬𝗏𝗃, but now you're just kind of stuck, you know, between a rock and a hard place. And 𝗬𝗏𝗃 will be picked up because that way you get that tsunami combo. But regardless, Ali will have a struggle of a first turn against this more very, very stable team opening for Trotter here.
Yeah, and it is confirmed it is indeed a Hurry Warp. However, if Ali, of course, just swaps out this Oshira, I mean, this Fire 𝗶𝗺𝗃 is indeed on enough to go in and try to punish this 𝗵𝗶𝗃 for just being here. Nature does not like the sound of things from this Fire 𝗶𝗺𝗃. Things like 𝗬𝗏𝗺, I believe there is a new technique. I have to look exactly what it does, but a lava wave potentially coming through on the opener as well. Let me know if you recall. I might have to look it up on the Temtem wiki here, but these guys already picked a move expecting something like that lava wave coming in. So Trotter squeezing in this 𝗬𝗏𝗃, but that doesn't want to eat up any fire 10x too.
Yeah, Aquatic Whirlwind straight out the gate here. Hurrywart making excellent work of that Oceara buff. Lava Wave instantly killing the Gyalis. Get out of here. You're old school, 𝗂𝘀𝗃. And the Wind Burst to connect does some decent damage, but a devastating kill straight up. And Ali puts up one hell of a fight.
That is right, and it looks like the Lava Wave does indeed have some water synergy, so very impressive stuff. That 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶 most likely looking like he would have taken a huge amount of damage, but the Gyalis is coming in for a single turn and already having to go back to his temp card. So Trotter basically starting off this match with just 4 Temtems to his name. Very well done for Ali. Maybe Trotter better off if he started just with the 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶 there and just Thunderstrike potentially this 𝗂𝘀𝗃 here. Thunderstrike the 𝗂𝘀𝗃, one burst probably takes down the 𝗂𝘀𝗃. So maybe a good 1-for-1 trade could have been. But Trotter not expecting that double up onto that right hand spot.
Absolutely. I mean, the Aquatic Whirlwind did neutral damage as well, which definitely helped in the killing there. And the 𝗂𝘀𝗃, understanding that it does not want to face that Toxic Strike, will let the 𝗂𝘀𝗽𝗽 take it, as well as setting up for the Tsunami on this Oceara side. Tornado gonna connect, but not quite enough damage here. But the EM actually, instead of Toxicing into the Oceara, wants to get rid of those options once the stamina is too low. And look at that! It uses all the stamina, but 𝗬𝗺𝗺's Wrath will land and will do some decent chunking into both these Tems. I say decent, but that's not quite what you're looking for. And it overexerts even plus. It took 20% HP. Oh my god, this Oceara, he's exhausted. Like, severely.
Yeah, very, very severely. I mean, that's what the energy manipulations are here to do. It's one of the best techniques in the current meta, with the stamina being such an issue. Just one technique alone. So as you saw, we were just in turn 2, and that is the overexerted Oshira, which is kind of hard to believe, but that is what we're having to work with. So yeah, Trotter eating up that attack beautifully. 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶 coming in, electric, resisting that wind typing. And Oshira on death's door. One more attack will bring it down. I'm trying to recall, does the 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃 have an electric storm on his moveset? Man, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. Temtem Wiki best friend. Let's go ahead and pull it up, because we gotta see, because an electric attack, of course, 4x damage on the 𝗂𝘀𝗽. And of course, double damage onto the Oshira. So let's see.
A lot of electric damage possible here by the 𝗵𝗶𝗃, and for the most part as well, both these water Tems, although Oshira will do a lot of damage, this 𝗂𝘀𝗽 will not be so as safe for the most part. I mean, Oshira is really fast as well, so if it does want to stay in, it can put out some damage, but still. Not really the matchup we're hoping for. There is Tesla Prison available. Actually, even faster, 𝗵𝗶𝗃 has Plague to lock something down. If it has handcuffs, maybe. Who knows, plus, it might have handcuffs.
We'll see, we'll see. Of course, he also has a Thunderstrike, and Ali knows the 𝗂𝘀𝗽 cannot live for any means that Thunderstrike. So yeah, Ali maybe looking to double swap into one of those backline Tems, maybe the Hedgen, maybe that move flank, because these Tems are not faring too well against the likes of Trotter's current board. So the Hedgen is going to be making his first appearance ever in their tournament. Let's see how he's going to fare against Trotter, who trading some good blows early on so far.
Plague will connect and pick off that Oceara before it gets any further damage done. The 𝗬𝗺𝗺's Wrath benefit not actually put into play, you know, despite that +2 attack. But regardless, Hedgie now on the field with high priority moves. Assumedly, if this has got to go fast, it could just be going away gift, but oftentimes we do see the other one played here, but it should have its hold moves unlocked. Binary Flood available. Fire Flame, not Fire Flame, sorry, I believe Fire Tornado, rather, still on one more hold before it comes back out, but double Fire Tems on the field plus.
Yeah, that is right. So things like that Lava Wave, the 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗃 are online. And as you said, Fire Tornado not just yet online. So the 𝗵𝗶𝗃 decently safe, but I say that kind of not too seriously, because as we know, the 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗃 coming through is quite impactful. But yeah, I mean, a simple Fire Flame I see is the only other fire technique currently available to that Hedgen, unless Magma Cannon which is a 2-turn hold. I'm not too sure. It is a 1 prio move, so maybe that gotta go fast, bring it up to normal prio. Maybe Magma Cannon could be okay. I'm not too sure what the full competitive set is, as we're just 2 to 3 days into this meta. But let's see what Ali has up her sleeve. I mean, you could just swap out the 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗴 for 𝗧𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗺 and try to eat up some damage that way. Let's see. Yeah, 𝗧𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗺 does indeed come in.
Oh my god, 𝗧𝗵𝗺 has Hellfire. I just read it. Oh my god, I didn't realize that, but god, the damage is devastating. And oh, the 𝗧𝗺𝗺 to throw down as well to secure a double kill nearly, as a Tourney will be alright, but the damage reduction is so good. Look at that damage plus. I was looking through 𝗧𝗵𝗺's list. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we didn't scroll down to the breeding. I did the same thing. I didn't go down to its egg moves. Of course, Hellfire being an egg move. And yeah, Synergy Master Hellfire, the fire technique on this 𝗧𝗵𝗺. Getting the Synergy Master, I believe it went down. Is it still 25? I have to recall. Or did they nerf the Synergy Master trait? Because Synergy Master felt quite impressive. If it's still 25, it's still a little crazy.
It's still 25. Cage is forced out here to give that Tourney some calm-find benefits, but right now, 𝗧𝗵𝗺 and the 𝗧𝗵𝗺 will be still doing a lot. Genderify neutralizing the 𝗧𝗵𝗺, so this 𝗂𝘀𝗽𝗽 tsunami will not be doing double damage. The 𝗧𝗵𝗺, however, will also be taking neutral damage and lives. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 with the big brain strats keeps itself protected from the damage. That is so smart.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And of course, it is digital, which takes double damage. It is fire, which takes double damage. So that would have been a 4x attack, which is why Trotter wanted to pull the trigger on that tsunami. So beautiful stuff. Getting the Gentrify off before the tsunami. So you gotta go fast is indeed what the 𝗧𝗵𝗺 likes to do. And getting it off perfectly in time to save himself. And now another Hellfire back online. Leonardo is trapped in. Hellfire becomes a 3 prio technique. If Gentrify went first, Hellfire, of course, will be going first indeed. So Tourney looking to get out of here. And, you know, soon, 𝗂𝘀𝗽, I guess he can get the kill onto this 𝗧𝗵𝗺 over here. But, what does Ali want to do to it here?
Yeah, Tourney will be picked off. Hellfire again. The damage reduction is solid here. It will keep the 𝗧𝗵𝗺. At least it'll take less damage from the 𝗂𝘀𝗽, you know, being neutral as well. But 𝗧𝗺𝗺 to throw down onto the 2-vine, doing some decent chunking despite its typing. And still, the 𝗧𝗺𝗽 lives and gets to chunk, and I just can't get over that neutralize that protecting the 𝗧𝗵𝗺 or the Gentrify.
It honestly works so well on that hedge in there, because it really protected it from one of his biggest weaknesses, the fireman. And you know, I believe it's a lower priority move. Let me go ahead and scroll up here a little bit. Yeah, it's a normal prio technique, so being able to go off a little bit faster, not too bad. Well, let's see. I know the 𝗧𝗵𝗺 did overexert, so pulling it back, here comes the move flank. Is 𝗧𝗧𝗺 just going to go out with a simple 𝗧𝗺𝗺 with the neutral synergy? No, the plague a little bit too fast. And blue, did you see? We have a new fastest Temtem in the meta. Yeah. The new fastest Temtem in the game. And that's actually the Temtem we're looking at right here, right now.
Yeah, 𝗵𝗺𝗺, I believe now the new fastest Tem in the game, faster than the swordfish itself. Who knew that, you know, the cheetah was faster than the swordfish? Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, not quite the cheetah, more like a deer. But, speaking of which, the hedgehog as well. Just a lot of animals plus. The 𝗧𝗵𝗺 will be on the field with the Gentrify as well to protect itself. And again, high priority makes it so that it's basically guaranteed here. But the question is, will Trotter double up just to do as much damage as possible? Leaving the Mo flank alone might be a problem.
Yeah, we will see, of course. We did see that Gentrify go first before. There is no 3 prio water technique from this 𝗂𝘀𝗽, so there it goes. And wait a second, that was the neutral synergy as well, adding 2 ticks of bamboozle. What a beautiful technique. Ali working it so well. And hey, Trotter, good reading that Gentrify coming out. Just a good heavy tornado onto that move flank. But 𝗂𝘀𝗽 does indeed get taken out here.
Thunderstrike completely dodged there, and 𝗧𝗵𝗺 is so fast. It's just so fast. It just evaded that full Thunderstrike. Plague will be used to kill off the kill off the multiplying, sure, but Hee-jin says, hey, remember me? I'm the Fire Temp, guys. Look, Fire Tornado will be bringing down this ภิph, and we will be having some venison for dinner because the hedgehog just burned it alive.
Yeah, you know, that was low-key the MVP for Ali's corner. The Gentrify back-to-back, the neutral synergy, adding the Bamboozle, protecting the hedge in the entire game. Well played. Fantastic matchup. 𝗧𝗵𝗶 versus 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗴. That is where we're picking it up. Oh, and there we have it, guys. The Inky and the digital 2Y in the flesh. 2-wire coming in against 𝗧𝗵𝗃. Let's see how this match is looking out. So the 𝗬𝗪s and 𝗂𝘀𝗺 on 𝗬𝗺's side did indeed fall already. And then 𝗧𝗵𝗃 did indeed lose her 𝗂𝘀𝗺. So working with 4 Temtems remaining, maybe like 3 Temtems, because that 𝗬𝗪 is on death's door with a single percentage of HP. So little you can't even see it. And man, Blue, that 2-wire is bright, bro. That is bright, blinding out here.
Yeah, 𝗬𝗺 loves the future, I guess. Just has robots on his battlefield. Hologram as well on the 2-wire to give it some evasion, protect it from a hit. But Cyanogen Blow will secure that kill on the Mastion. I almost forgot the Lava Shark's name there, but we'll get picked off.
And there we go. Is Inky rocking one of the new gears, tasers? I gotta recall exactly what it is, as the updates, as the wiki doesn't have the items updated yet. But taser, I do remember I picked it up. Blue, would you happen to remember what it is? I should have wrote it down. But it was indeed a physical Inky, but 𝗬𝗪 with the heavy hitting Savage Suplex does take it down. So I believe just the final 2 Temtems remaining for 𝗬𝗺's side. And almost the same for 𝗧𝗵𝗃. Can this 2-wire 𝗂𝘀𝗶 do it here? And I'm seeing here a little help, Blue. So yeah, it adds a tick of burn every time it attacks with an electric physical technique. So not too bad. Nice little spice there for Inky. We didn't get to see too much, but Inky is just a beautiful Temtem.
Absolutely. Crystal Electric, best typing, don't at me. Kinu will be swapped in here to keep the Wolfie alive. And that will be the win con here for the side of 𝗂𝗃𝗃. The Plague will connect onto the 𝗂𝘀𝗶 before he gets a move off at all. And 𝗬𝗺 will be using the 2-wire Digital Tem to try and eliminate the rest here, but the turbo attack does not quite do enough to be favorable in his to his side. But it does have a sweatband, so it will get more attacks off. I'm not quite sure though if it will have the damage to clear 3 Tems. It's getting close.
Yeah, I mean, not too bad. You nailed it on the head there. It does have the sweatband, and stamina is such an issue in this patch. So having the sweatband is a lifesaver for 𝗬𝗺. So if there's any Temtem that can't do it, will be the one that's going to recover the stamina. But man, the Revitalize making things very, very bad for 𝗬𝗺. And ooh, the Lifeful Sap making that even worse. At least I believe this Kinu will go down. And he didn't overexert, Blue, so may be able to take out the 𝗬𝗪. And then we really have a 1v1. Wolfie versus 2-wire. Who's going to take it home? I mean, Wolfie's at +3/+3, so it's kind of hard to ignore there.
Right. I mean, the 𝗬𝗪 has 1 HP. Hologram will protect the 2-wire for a bit, but this actually allows the 𝗬𝗪 to land a hit. No, Oshidashi gets absorbed, and the Wolfie did rest for that turn. So now the 𝗬𝗪's guaranteed dead here, but it's going to be a Wolfie versus 2-wire. But the 2-wire actually has a decent shot here, although it can't heal, so that might be the biggest detriment we are looking at.
Yeah, we'll see. Of course, he does indeed make it a 1v1, so not too bad, but at least I believe this 2-wire finally has to overexert, and there it goes, back down to 93. So it's officially a 1v1, but as we said, this Wolfie with some lifeful regen saps here. Plague. Oh, that's too much damage. It looks like 𝗂𝗃𝗃 will be taking it home for her side, but valiantly fought for 𝗬𝗺. I mean, turbo attack looking to not do too much more than that lifeful regen. Yeah, I mean, a good amount, 24%, not too shabby.
Yeah, but unfortunately, lifeful sap heals 10%, so he'll be doing 14 damage every strike, and that's assuming he attacks every time, which is not the case. Not even with Sweatband Plus will be enough. 2-wire not looking like he'll be able to finish this fight. Did his best, but the Wolfie is way too strong. Hologram to again hold out for another turn, but this Wolfie is patient.
I
lied, it overexerted.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight grim of hope. Well done. 𝗬𝗺 getting the hologram of turbo attack. We saw it do 24% last time. I'll do 24% again, and the hologram costs so little stamina. 𝗬𝗺 able to use it almost every turn with that sweatband, so with good reads like that, 𝗧𝗂 might have to consider reading those holograms, because 𝗧𝗂 reading the hologram did not attack here. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh my god, he is playing 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗴 like a fiddle. 𝗧𝗂 just has to hold on. He lifeful saps to play safe, and the hologram has been used, baited, and 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗴 takes no chances.
That is right, and it looks like it's every other turn, so the Plague will take the 2-hour. But hey, brilliantly played for 𝗬𝗺's corner. Well done, but 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗴 coming here to game, not trying to go down too easy here. And with that beautiful Tamer's hat, does get the win there. So
yeah. This is going to be spicy. Oh, never mind. Hedgie got bad. Never mind. I was going to say, there's 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗶, an 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃, and a Hedgie versus 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃, 𝗬𝗏𝗧, 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃, and 2-wire. Robots in disguise.
Almost, I believe, half of the entire team of Soliloquy is going to be new Temtem, so we're expecting some new shenanigans here. And you know, with that Scunch to its side, maybe a little voodoo action against the Scunch. We might have to see it for the very first time. You know, mental into the Scunch is going to be 4x damage. But we will see. I got to think about the hardest hitting mental technique. I believe it's just telekinetic shrapnel, so maybe not all that much. So we will see.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, if you one-shot the Scunch, that's at least 230 damage, right?
Yeah.
Like, this splashed into 2 other Temps. So, you know, it might be a strat that Soliloquy is going to put in the back pocket. Maybe roster them thereafter. The first 2 picks, but if Mitsubishi is going for a 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃 sort of opening with the 𝗂𝗀𝗶𝗃 to fast charge, oh no, sorry, 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃 doesn't have a fast charge. It's attack T and what's the other one?
And alright, Mitsubishi trying to read that Lotto opener, so does get the electric 𝗂𝗀𝗃 for that electro punch or electric stream pressure early on for the Lotto, as it does take 4x damage being digital and mental. And then the 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃 does come out. It is effective into the melee of the Scunch. So Mitsubishi not having the counter pick, but such a strong opener. And this is not looking too bad for Mitsubishi. How does Soliloquy want to counter this? I mean, 𝗧𝗵𝗆𝗃 does do some double damage after the very first turn. But 𝗬𝗵𝗃𝗃's going to be effective into both melee Temtem. So Soliloquy thinking about it for a little bit.
To be fair though, 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃 is effective into a lot of things. It has there's a lot of tools in its kit. It's the Temtem equivalent of Iron Man at this point.
That is the perfect way to put it. The Iron Man coming to Temtem, Mr. 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull in and let's see what kind of technique he might be working with. So of course he has 3 Prio digital physical attack, 1 on hold, Cyber Claw, has that hologram that we saw from that 2-wire earlier. Electro Punch is there. The big hitting turbo attack that, you know, our favorite best friend, Mr. Max, RIP Max, did use on us going through the story. So that's a 1-hold move as well. So looking at no-hold moves that he can maybe dish out early on. Let's see what he can maybe do. I'm seeing here.
Yeah, he could Purgation to just... Yeah, Wastewater is also good. I was going to point out, because there's a mental opening for Soliloquy, well, unfortunately, it's not like you can swap kits, right? So unless you're preparing exactly for melee Tems, you're not going to prepare Purgation into Telekinetic Shrapnel, which is a potential combo, because it gives you attack for the Telekinetic Shrapnel for 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃, and also gives you the mental typing, so you would get mental synergy with your shrapnel. Just a lot of plays of potential with 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗃. It will be interesting to see what kits they put on them, because usually, because of the limits to what you can pick, plus, you're not gonna be able to swap into every type of.
Yeah, of course, and you know, sometimes you wouldn't like to do that because it does involve some weaknesses. So we will see how this is gonna plan out. Mitsubishi, a recent 2-time champion in like the past month or so in Soliloquy, previous monthly champion. So this is a big boy matchup coming on. Starting off with the double melee Temtems, but 𝗬𝗎 having some answers, of course. Water Cannon effective into that Size Munch from the 𝗬𝗽𝗽. And I believe the only one hold or no hold is that Data Burst. Data Burst is a digital attack, but no, 𝗬𝗶 hitting the back line, leaving that Size Munch for the free heat up. We'll see if the Water Cannon goes that way.
Water Cannon is thrown down, and you read it correctly, and that Size Munch is already taking some severe damage. 𝗬𝗎 going to be taking a defense down, but a Rock Bottom is locked and loaded, but the question of 𝗬𝗎 will eat that just fine. Perhaps not a Savage Suplex, but the Size Munch just might get traded here.
Yeah, it took so much damage from just that one attack. So not a lot of special defense as we used to see from previously. Usually with special defense on your Size Munch, able to take, you know, somewhere in that 50%, if not a little bit more with the Toxic Tick. But man, it took so much damage from that barrage. So yeah, you know, stamina having to be invested in now, taking away from things like HP and special defense. And we're seeing that here. One more attack will bring it down, and Size Munch Wreck is online. Heat Up is already there for the Size Munch, so it could one-shot this 𝗬𝗽𝗽, but 𝗬𝗎 will be able to close it out. So soliloquy maybe having to save Size Munch down the road, and Rishi trying to read the Wreck, and man, reads it beautifully.
Rock Bottom will be thrown out into 𝗬𝗎, and 𝗬𝗲 will not be taking anything. 𝗬𝗎 will. The Savage Suplex though straight in. Shoryuken. 𝗬𝗲 will survive and will get exhausted for its troubles, but the narcoleptic hit will one-shot the Scunch out of this world, and unfortunately you will not be able to get that voodoo combo you want with that 𝗬𝗏. And I just want to shout out, by the way, 𝗬𝗏's name is Heartbleed, which is, I believe, a like very infectious virus on computers. So I think that's intentional from soliloquy.
Wow.
Maybe shout out to that reference, maybe.
Yeah, thank you for the insight. I was thinking because it had like a wooden stick between his chest, so you know, some kind of like literally meaning. But yeah, I love that even better. Like a really infectious virus for computers. That could be real cool. But man, you know, it was a good read for Mr. Rishi, but soliloquy looked to be expecting that and punishing that 𝗬𝗎 on the entry. So we'll see. Of course, Plague is going to punish it. But let's see what the 𝗬𝗏 has for Mr. Rishi's side. Oh, the heat up. Oh, let's see him go bird. But Electric Spread isn't going to be doing too much, as that is a fire technique. Fire technique, if I do remember. Yeah, fire technique. So taking half effective from the nature.
Yeah. Now the question is, does he have, does 𝗬𝗏 have, I believe, no, he can't use mechanical. Oh, he doesn't actually have a fire move to synergize with, to abuse the fire synergy here. So he will have to transition into Turbo Attack, which wouldn't change his typing, obviously. Or, I mean, Electro Punch to swap back. Eventually, well, against 2 Nature 10s. Oh.
So I'm seeing here Mechanical Heat, 55 damage, Physical Technique. It's the only other one I'm seeing. But I believe that turns into Fire Flame, right? Which is a special attack. So Mechanical Heat not available just yet. So let's see. I mean, I'm pretty sure at +1 attack or +2 attack and -1 defense, any physical attack from the 𝗬𝗏 is able to take down this 𝗬𝗎 regardless of what it is. So we will see.
Yeah, so
I was just gonna say, there's 𝗬𝗎 here coming in, ready to punish this 𝗬𝗎 with the simple P-Jabber uppercut, but the Cyber Claw 3 prio technique going first, so 𝗬𝗎 getting taken down here.
The robot doing a lot of work, perfect jab, connecting, but the narcoleptic hit, look at this 𝗬𝗎! He's just going ham! That's insane amounts of damage on the 𝗬𝗎.
Yeah, so much damage. We're not used to seeing a narco hit really impact like that, especially considering 𝗬𝗎 with a parrier trait, right? 𝗬𝗎 rarely taking anything over 50% from a physical technique. But man, 𝗬𝗎 packing a punch in the cords. Maybe 𝗬𝗎 not as bulky as he used to be in terms of HP. So geez, 𝗬𝗎 doing a lot of damage for Mr. Rishi. And now this electric 𝗬𝗽 is back on the field. 𝗬𝗏, we'll see what technique he has, but you know, a big old electric punch might be staring him down, or even maybe I believe Electric Punch became a 1 prio technique, so maybe just an Electric Stream might be the way to go against that. And if you look on the back line, either 𝗧𝗵𝗶 or 𝗧𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 eats it. So 𝗧𝗏𝗺 with a free electric attack onto that right hand spot. Can he deal with the 𝗂𝗀𝗃? I mean, what does he have for it?
Crystal Bite?
Wastewater? Wastewater, 100 damage.
Wastewater works. Yep, Wastewater or Crystal Bite would work here. I think Crystal Bite would do a bit more damage. But yeah, either one should work here if the 𝗧𝗵𝗺 is running either. And look at this, it's a robot battle. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 on the opposing side as well, but Electro Punch gonna punch this 𝗧𝗵𝗺 into another dimension and also caught him on fire. The 𝗵𝗃 will have his own Wastewater, and the 𝗂𝗀𝗃 will be severely punished, nearly dead, but drops the 0.8% HP, and Heartbleed comes in. Unfortunately, we'll have to see which one this is, because if that's Voodoo, it's unable to really abuse that.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Electro Punch, I believe it's a no-hold move, and with the digital Temtem to his side, it becomes a 4 prio technique. That is 0.75 on his technique. On his speed, on his priority. So that Heartbleed, I don't believe has anything faster than that. 𝗂𝗀𝗃 enough stamina to do so. So one more Electric Sponge, 4x damage on this Lotto. Pretty sure we'll take it down. So 𝗧𝗏𝗺 feeling comfortable. All his Temtem still in the back line. Still hasn't even touched the move flank. So I think 𝗧𝗏𝗺 might be taking this game too. And man, Electro Punch feeling so strong with the digital to his side.
Absolutely devastating. The Thames getting eliminated right away there, and 𝗂𝗀𝗃 will be traded, but it's now 𝗧𝗵𝗺 versus 𝗵𝗃, and we'll see turbo attack will be used here instead. No typing revealed, but that will be enough digital damage double against melee, and that will be a win, going the way of 𝗧𝗏𝗺.
Working with, I'm very excited because 𝗧𝗏𝗺 has been working with the same team for a long time. And there we have it, folks. A 𝗵𝗵, a 𝗻𝗃, and a 𝗻𝗁𝗃 are the newest additions to 𝗧𝗏𝗺's team.
Still running that nature course. Oh, a double 𝗵𝗵 battle! Let's go! The 𝗵𝗵 will mimic a 𝗵𝗵. And we'll have...
Yeah, it will. I mean, I wonder how that works out. I mean, the 𝗵𝗵 just copying each other. I mean, I don't even know what's going down. I believe the competitive trait, though, what I've been hearing is the one that comes in and automatically transforms to your ally Temtem, or the Temtem going clockwise direction. So maybe it's just going to become its own Temtem, maybe a double 𝗧𝗏𝗺, maybe another, maybe a double 𝗧𝗏𝗺s. Wait a second, Blue.
No.
If you have 2 𝗧𝗏𝗺s on the same board on your side,
it would nullify Deceit Aura.
Yeah,
sure.
right?
It should nullify Deceit Aura, yeah.
And
then if you have 3, then it would Deceit Aura again. Ah, yes. Now we're thinking plus.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, we're going to see, of course, that Amp is there on 𝗏𝗺's side to try to punish the 𝗧𝗏𝗺s. But it looks like the 𝗵𝗃 will get the ban, as 𝗧𝗏𝗺 not really working with any Wind Temtems to his name. But 𝗏𝗺 does indeed have the Volan. Does he want to start off? I mean, there's a couple Wind Temtems on 𝗧𝗏𝗺. How is he going to deal with them? Volcrane, not a bad answer to him.
I mean, the big thing here for 𝗏𝗺 is that he can mimic either a Nature 𝗂𝗀𝗃 and have double synergy Water Cutting Lily, or double Hejin with double Hellfire. So he has access to quite the devastating opening turn if he wills it. Now, fortunately for 𝗏𝗺, he gets counterpick. So if he does decide to open with a 𝗵𝗵 +1, it's not going to be that, that easy to sort of, soft lock yourself into the opening tem of your choice. Maybe you want to back pocket the 𝗵𝗵 just in case you want him, just so you have a flex later down the line. But either of those double ups should be devastating.
Yeah, and I'm liking this choice from 𝗏𝗺. 𝗏𝗺 doesn't really have the best answers against his 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Usually a Fire Temtem, usually a Earth Temtem. None of those are really there for 𝗧𝗏𝗺. So, I mean, except the 𝗻𝗃, of course. 𝗻𝗃 is, of course, online, but doesn't really have a turn 1 fire technique. But it is going to be picked up to try to punish this 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and at least stay resistant against it. So we will see what...
there we go.
The double
There we go. I'm
𝗻𝗃?
telling you, plus. Double Hellfire. Yeah, double Hellfire is going to obliterate this Valash. There's no way it lives.
Yeah, it's about to get spicy in here. Double Henjin maybe starting things off for Senor Plat. 𝗬𝗵𝗶 maybe having to pick up this 𝗬𝗂𝗏, right? 𝗬𝗂𝗏 punishing Henjin with 4x damage with a simple water cannon. Unless we're missing something, it might have to be that. Unless 𝗬𝗵𝗏's thinking another thing potentially for the next couple turns or down the line. It might be too straightforward though. We'll see.
What I'm concerned about is that we're gonna get a double Generify on both these mimics, and then you have neutral double Hellfire, and then you can't stop it.
Yeah, I mean,
essentially the plan here.
Yeah, and of course 𝗬𝗂𝗏, the second fastest Temtem in the game, so we'll see if it's able to get outsped there. But yeah, if Gentrify is able to outspeed, you know what? Let me start pulling up Henjin's technique. I can't remember what priority Gentrify is. I'm willing to bet it's just normal priority. So going to high priority, which that 0.5 might be the difference to outspeed the 𝗬𝗂𝗏. But let's take a look. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up on my side.
So in terms of the speed stat, I believe Henjin is number 10 on the list. Yes, it's the 10th fastest Tem in the game. He's only 16 speed down for the 𝗬𝗂𝗏, and with the high priority, the 𝗬𝗂𝗏 will not outspeed at base the Generify. So it's basically guaranteed Generify, especially if it's speed trained.
Yeah, Generify it is. So let's see. Amp has been picked up. Yggdrasil also picked up. Final Temtem will be the Volcrane, and I believe it got a couple new techniques. Let's see if it pops up here. But let's see. First time we're ever witnessing the Mimic in action. It's going to be the pilot, Mr. 𝗏𝗂𝗃, coming through for the first time ever. Mimic becoming the double Henjin.
Oh, it's a Luma. It's a Henjin Luma Poggers. Oh, yeah. No, just a Mimic. No.
Yeah, so it is a 0 hold move, normal priority. So can he get the Generify here off first? Or is 𝗬𝗂𝗏 going to be able to outspeed with something like a water cannon to really punish one of these guys? But man, this is mind-boggling. Valash doesn't want to be here on the board. A potential double fire cannon or fire flame coming its way. But we'll see, of course, as we said, Generify has to come off. There's no hold moves. It would really protect them down the road. And if Generify goes off on both of these Henjins, I believe things are looking very, very good for 𝗏𝗂𝗃. Because let's look at 𝗬𝗵𝗏's back line. They're all seemingly a little bit weak to fire, right? 𝗵𝗶𝗍 can't take fire techniques. Yggdrasil can't take fire techniques. So only Volcrane has to do the job.
Absolutely. And the best thing about Henjin as well is that it does have access to its own melee moves if players wanted to. I mean, Hook is always still there, special attack still solid, but Henjin will be swapped out actually for that 𝗏𝗃𝗏, so perhaps this Mimic will follow suit. Yes, it will be. So the double fire squad will be leaving, does not want to Generify double, doesn't want to take that chance, instead swaps it to the Naga and the 𝗏𝗃𝗏, and that's a water custodian. Oh wait, sorry, that's not a water custodian. I think that's just a normal 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. My apologies there. I think he just went to the right spot.
Yeah, that is right. And 𝗬𝗵𝗏 getting away with a little murder. A free Valash madness buff. So this Naga is coming out the board. Might have to leave as quick as it came. However, if 𝗬𝗵𝗏 has something like a tsunami, it's going to be able to cover both of its bases. Crystal Spike onto that Nagai spot, Tsunami onto that Nagai spot, or even just a water can onto it, covers all his bases. There is nothing Senor Plat can swap into. If it's Ragnet, Crystal Spike will destroy it. If it's one of the Henjins, the water cannon will bring it all the way down. So 𝗬𝗵𝗏, beautiful opening with that madness buff, and Senor Plat, even just in turn 2 in a rough spot, that right Nagai spot looking to go down. Even the Deceit Aura, there is no bamboozle pressure trying to save Nagais here. So what can Senor Plat really do to try to bring things back in his favor? This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think 𝗬𝗀𝗆 might be a little bit sad that he can't swap in Henjin here, and he's also given 𝗏𝗏 a free Madness buff. It's not like his own 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 is in any position to contest that, even though he has a speed advantage in the Seat Aura. 𝗏𝗂𝗽 will be swapped in. That is a brave pickup, assuming 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 will swap out, but Madness buff will be played, and now gambling on the Crystal Spikes, not one-shotting the 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. Double Madness buff from the side of 𝗏𝗬𝗆. Hyper-aggressive plays here for the Crystal Spikes. A gambling man, and he gambles wrong. The 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 will get picked off, and the Scavenger instantly pays back the 𝗏𝗏. And with the Volcano on the field, even if you double Henjin later plus, you are still going to be fighting something that's at least, I believe, half against it.
Yeah, and of course, with that you come. Oh, and of course, every time it comes in, it becomes the Temtem.
Oh.
So now it used to be a hedge, and now it's going to be a 𝗧𝗏𝗆. So maybe another Madness buff, as 𝗬𝗏𝗆 doesn't really have too much damage. 𝗧𝗏𝗆 Acid Reflux is online, and that's a +2 special attack. Even though it's resistant, just those 2 ticks to toxic pressure coming out, not too bad. And just the fact that these Temtems can't do that much. I mean, 𝗏𝗏 running out of stamina as well can do some damage, but has to overexert to do so. But you know what, Blue? For some reason, I did not know it transformed every single time. This is very, very techy here.
Me neither. Yeah, me neither. This is now disgusting, because what you can do is you can Madness buff, swap back into Henjin, and you have a buff for special attacks like Hellfire. So 𝗏𝗏𝗆 is basically, so Mimit is the hard carry here. Looks like we have our second F4. After
wait a
Henjin,
second.
which is also in the same team.
Does it keep the buffs? You're so right. If he Madness buffs and swap back for a Madness buff Hellfire, Madness buff Fire. Oh, this is gonna happen, guys. Oh my goodness.
That is so disgusting. Oh, Acid Reflux as well into 2 Tems here. Gonna do not a lot of damage, but the damage, speaking of which, has been done. The Mimit has to live this snowball though. 𝗏𝗂𝗽 might be the hero, but not quite there. And it trances, it heals plus.
Oh, that's +4.
It has special attack and special defense.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
Oh, jeez. That is a +5 special attack. +5 special defense with 3 ticks of life for regen, bringing it back up to 47% if it hits the back line. There is no cage presence on the board, so 𝗧𝗏𝗆 can retreat, but things are getting out of hand. Ladies and gents, if you don't have your Mimit, pick up your Mimits now. This is getting crazy.
I can't. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. Oh my god, if this turns into a Henjin and Hellfires, I'm pretty sure not even 𝗏𝗏𝗃 would live a double Hellfire at this point. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. And I mean, I did mention, you know, plus maybe Henjin is on the F4 list. I think we put Mimit on there as well, especially if you can do some ridiculous tech like this. There is no way you survive. 𝗵𝗒𝗆r onto the field to try and hold off this opening here. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 still in the field as well, but Ragnet will be buying time so that the Henjin and the Mimit will be both on the field. In fact, Henjin will be coming in early so that its buddy can mimic the double Hellfire.
Exactly. You're already seeing the potential setup here. No Water Temtem on the side of 𝗬𝗏𝗆's side. So yeah, Blue, you nailed it on the head. Mimic can just come in, replicate the Henjin, and then that is a +5 special defense, +5 special attack. Hellfire online, Fire Tornado the next turn, as you said. Maybe, I mean, it won't one-shot even a 𝗬𝗏𝗆, but it's going to be doing big damage onto every single Temtem. Alright, so Ragnet stays in, just trying to sacrifice himself, potentially not trying to eat too much damage. I think the idea is to bring in Mimit for free. No damage, but the overclock, gonna get some +2 speed on that Henjin.
Stone Trench will get the pick off on Ragnet, but that plays right into 𝗏𝗏𝗆's hand, because now you get a free Mimit swap in, and guess what, plus? It's healed back up in the back, and guess what Henjin's known for, plus? Being really fast.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. The only downside on this is that Hellfire isn't online for the Mimit one. So now it only has a turn 1 Fire Flame, but man, at +5 attack, we're talking about 250% additional damage on his special attack moves. I'm pretty sure that Fire Flame alone will be taking that right side down, the right spot down, unless it becomes a 𝗂𝗏𝗃. So we will see. The Volcrane did have to overexert, so Funky Howl's Ampling is the only thing available to try to do anything here, but it's looking like it has to swap out. So 𝗏𝗃𝗃 with the full control here in turn 6. Let's see what goes down, because this is beautiful execution for Senor Plat.
Fire Tornado gonna be thrown down here, trying to pick off the Amphitheater instantly, and it does. That's not the one that's buffed plus, by the way. That's just the normal Henji.
Yeah.
Just one-shots the Amphitheater, and it overclocks to increase the speed. Oh my word!
Yeah, you can say that again. +2 speed, +5 special defense, +5 special attack. Things are getting out of hand, and you know the 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗶 still in the back line. However, as we said, if 𝗂𝗏𝗃 has a tsunami, one of these Hedgens will be going down unless there is a hologram on this Temtem. Is there hologram? Okay, I thought that would be a little bit too busted. Just like the 2-wire, if it had hologram, it'll be able to bamboozle from the tsunami or water attack. But I'm not seeing hologram on his moveset, so one of these Hedgens may be going down from a tsunami. I mean, at +5 special defense, can it hold off from a 4x damage? I don't know, man. 𝗂𝗏𝗃 packs such a punch. Or you know what?
Never forget, you still have Generify.
Yeah, that too. Of course, yeah. +2 speed on each side. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Generify does it as well. Maybe he goes on the offensive. We keep thinking about fire techniques, but we're not thinking about the digital techniques. So yeah, something like a Plasma Being, something like a... What else are we seeing here? Yeah, Plasma Being, maybe a Cyber Claw one-hold move online. Physical damage, 80 damage. Maybe just enough to take that 𝗂𝗏𝗃 all the way down. But 𝗂𝗏𝗃 Aquatic Whirlwind is indeed online, so that's something to think about. But +2 speed is essentially like the old +1 speed. So +2 speed is now the same exact thing as a 3 prio move. Used to be faster, but now it's exactly the same. So we'll see how it plays out. 𝗂𝗏𝗃 may be still able to get off a really, really good attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if an F4 is forming, we're just gonna need a scavenger buff 10 real quick. Harmful microwaves, actually, onto this. 𝗂𝗏𝗃 doesn't kill it, so he blunders. 𝗬𝗏𝗃 just lost both of his super Tems in one fell swoop, unless the Mimic lived from the special defense buff.
Man, that is hard. Man, why did the microwaves do so little damage? I know it did neutral damage because, you know, digital. What? Man, a +5 special attack. Let's check it out. Wait, Harmful Waves is a special technique. 86% damage. What in the world? I would have expected a 𝗂𝗏𝗃 to go down. Maybe 𝗬𝗶𝗵𝗏 with a very bulky 𝗂𝗏𝗃. Oh, wow. What a devastating turn. A very, very disastrous turn for 𝗏𝗃. He has to hope for this 𝗧𝗏𝗺 to bring things back for him. And it just might. Potentially might.
I'm not gonna lie, Plus, I feel like I've been bamboozled by a big epic.
We just got cheated on, Blue. We just got, it's like someone just cheated with their girlfriends, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Where is my double engine blast? Like,
oh my goodness. Hey, you know, that was still a lot of fun though to see the Mimic in action. And you know, maybe in hindsight, swapping one of those for 𝗧𝗏𝗺 in that time would have not been too bad of an idea. But Tsunami was covering both bases as we would have expected, so we knew one of the Hedgens would go down. I just thought 𝗏𝗃𝗃 was going to swap in one of his 𝗧𝗏𝗃, but the Madness buff Valash, a little too strong. Flaming Meteorite, strong as well. So this 𝗧𝗏𝗺 looking to go down here right now. So there we go, 𝗏𝗃𝗃. Starting off so beautifully, but 𝗬𝗶 taking it away.
That looked like it was over. I had... Oh, look at this plus. It 𝗬𝗃𝗽.
Oh, 𝗬𝗃𝗽. And a Cycrox.
Yep.
And a 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗶. Wait a second. This is a perfect 7 SV. It looks like the new layer. Giving J-Dragon a couple more telomere hacks to hack up his perfect Luma. And rocking it here today for the tournament. So you know Potato just got an upgrade on J-Dragon's squad. I am ready to see this beautiful Luma in action. If it doesn't get a ban, because it is seemingly kind of effective into 𝗵𝗠𝗃's squad. Good into 𝗬𝗏𝗃, good into the 𝗂𝘀𝗶𝗆, good into the 𝗵𝗃. So let's see. 𝗂𝗄𝗆 may be more impactful, perhaps.
Yeah, and the best thing about this as well is that for the most part, this Nox combo may potentially you might see with the 𝗬𝗃𝗽, right? They both of them, I believe, should cover their bases. Oh, I guess Earth would still deal with 𝗬𝗃𝗽, and the 𝗂𝗄𝗆 ban comes through actually.
Yeah, which is respectable. 𝗂𝗄𝗆 very strong against 𝗧𝗵𝗆, strong against the Tourney with those Does Vortex, strong with the Plagues on 𝗬𝗏𝗃 and the 𝗂𝘀𝗶𝗆, and it looks maybe strong against the 𝗂𝘀𝗆 as well. It's an electric melee. I don't believe melee resists the Earth, so it probably does effective damage on the 𝗂𝘀𝗆 as well. But let's see, how does J-Dragon want to start off his team? He doesn't have the Plague. I would imagine, I feel like 𝗧𝗏𝗺 doesn't feel that bad. 𝗵𝗠𝗃 doesn't have any Wind Temtems on his squad, but he does decide to start things off with mix. So is this like a strange Vez mix? Because 𝗬𝗀𝗃 𝗧𝗵𝗆 feels strong. 𝗬𝗀𝗃 alone feels strong. Let's see.
𝗬𝗀𝗃 Momo might be a combo as well, and in fact that is the case here for 𝗵𝗠𝗃. Probably the strongest combo here in the previous meta, one of the strongest combos in the previous meta, and the 𝗬𝗏𝗃 will be picked up with the mix here. Still not a very stable opening into a 𝗂𝘀𝗆, I will be honest here. Of course, J-Dragon had the opportunity for the counter pick, and I would have said picking up the 𝗬𝗃𝗽 wouldn't be too bad. You get electric damage perhaps, or even the Cycrox would have been decent.
Yeah, or could you just simply say you get 𝗬𝗃𝗽, right? I want to see him in action. But you know, this 𝗬𝗏𝗃 does pressure the 𝗂𝘀𝗆 for at least turn 2. Water Cannon, Aquatic Whirlwind does neutral damage into 𝗂𝘀𝗆. So Aquatic Whirlwind at the end of turn 2 will bring the 𝗂𝘀𝗆 down, and of course it will outspeed. So maybe that's what J-Dragon is considering. He could also potentially double the Momo spot, because, you know, the back line is very, very strong against 𝗂𝘀𝗆. So deal with Momo, and the back line will deal with the 𝗂𝘀𝗆 down the road. That's potentially what J-Dragon is thinking about. But there we go. The 𝗵𝗃 does get picked up. So let's see how it's going to fare. I mean, super strong against the 𝗬𝗏𝗃, but the other Temtems, not so much. J-Dragon coming with a really toxic, heavy pressure team.
Absolutely. The mix 𝗬𝗏𝗃 here for the front will for now be having some struggles. I mean, to be honest, J-Dragon's team will be struggling throughout, especially with this opening 𝗬𝗏𝗃 Momo combo, and the mix will actually get from the Puppet Master range, which is perfect. Crystal Spikes will land onto the Momo, deal some decent chunks of damage, and the Water Cannon to follow. Just doing some little bit of burst, so EM should shut it down, falling through. Double Edge to try and kill 𝗬𝗏𝗃, but only does about 50% of the 𝗬𝗏𝗃's HP. But now the mix is in the ideal spot, and there's no AoE blast except for Wreck to take it out. At least, I believe so.
Yeah, which is exactly what makes it very interesting. I wonder what 𝗵𝗠𝗃 had in mind. Maybe he was thinking he could simply just one-shot the mix. But, yeah, maybe forgetting about a potential Strange Vest on the mix, surviving at 10%. But yeah, very interesting decision to just straight up gun down the mix. We'll see what that's about. Maybe just try to make it easier. What AoE does he have? And I think you said it, Blue. Only the 𝗧𝗵𝗆 Wreck, unless we're forgetting something on 𝗂𝘀𝗆's side.
Charged Ion Fillings. Nope, that's neutralized. I don't believe there's anything else that's AoE.
Yeah, I believe he just tried to say he could one-shot the mix, but it looks like the Strange Vest and J-Dragon's Towel Gang keeping him healthy. Well, there we go. 𝗵𝗶ling trying to punish. Oh, maybe 𝗵𝗶ling has something. We'll have to see. But a Aquatic Grow went onto the 𝗵𝗶𝗺. Blue, how would you say? 𝗵𝗶𝗺?
𝗵𝗶𝗺. Because
𝗵𝗶𝗺?
it's like... Yeah, it's like deer, but with a T, so 𝗵𝗶𝗺.
𝗵𝗶𝗺. All right, there we go. 𝗵𝗶𝗺 it is. So Side Surge connecting, bringing that 𝗵𝗶𝗺 as soon as it came in down to 34%. So big damage. I believe just one single Crystal Spike will indeed bring it down. So Bidoof has to be wary with this amp here. One Crystal Spike, I guess, could swap to the Size Munch in the back line. But J-Dragon seems to be doubling just to cover all bases. Oh, and we're getting word.
Apparently it does have Allergic Spread or Bright Beam. I believe one of those two should work here. But the question is, does anyone run those moves, right?
Yeah, so...
That is the question.
We'll see, of course. I mean, Allergic Spread didn't seem too ideal, but if it is running, maybe that's what Bidoof swapped in the 𝗵𝗶𝗺, right? Yeah, 𝗵𝗶𝗺.
Yeah.
We're getting here from y'all here. 𝗵𝗶𝗺.
Oh, that shiny noise. Swapping in that Size Munch as well. The mix gonna be retreating just in case Allergic Spread was available, and the Machoke on the field with the 𝗧𝗏𝗺 will be on the field. Thunderstrike to lay down the law. The 𝗧𝗏𝗺 will just absorb that, and Side Surge actually on this field is going to be doing neutral damage with Rock Bottom, so not quite the most ideal, but definitely getting rid of these two will give you access to the more dangerous Temps at the back.
Yeah, and we just saw one of the newest trades doing such a great thing there. So no attacks went onto that 𝗵𝗶𝗺 there. But so if nothing attacked it for that turn, it's just like unnoticed. But instead of speed, you're getting HP. So 15% recovery coming back from 34 all the way to 49. Not too bad. So J-Dragon getting slightly punished for not getting into that 𝗵𝗶ling there. So well done. 𝗵𝗶𝗺 recovering back to 50%. And now good to swap out into... you know what? He doesn't really have anything for the potato or this Machoke. How can he punish these guys?
Hit them really hard is, I think, the only option here, to be honest, for Bidoof. There's not quite... Yeah, as you mentioned, there's not quite like a good way, so 𝗁𝗲𝗄 will be coming in. Of course, double melee is the strat. Also heating up is a good idea. Just trying to sheer brute force these two. But Perfect Jab gonna follow into that Toxic Ink. And, oh, Narcoleptic Hit actually gonna almost... Oh, I thought that was gonna do way more damage. It gets close. That's still a decent chunk, but the Size Munch Wreck should be available. And with 𝗁𝗲 to Savage Suplex, the next person it sees, it's this might be wraps for the 𝗧𝗏𝗺.
Yeah, but of course, Machoke with that Parrier trait should be holding on quite nicely. So even though with the melee synergy to his side, Size Munch not looking to dish out all that much damage. So J-Dragon in a comfortable spot, and these Temtems are just kind of there to tick away little by little. But hey, you got to do it when you have it. So Size Munch Wreck will be coming now. And that's some good damage on Potato, but I believe the Trance trait will be activated here.
We'll have to see. Wake up, 𝗧𝗏𝗺. There you go. 𝗧𝗏𝗺 will get the Trance effect. He wakes up and also gets the attack bonuses, so good bonus. But a show off as well in the 𝗁𝗲𝗄. So, oh my god, that's a huge 𝗁𝗲𝗄 as he gets invigorated. Urushobo gonna apply some Toxic Ticks.
Yeah, and let's see how much damage this is gonna do. Probably enough for the Size Munch, even though resistant. Yeah, the Toxic Tick will be enough. 12.5%, bringing it down. And got that Invigorized from the melee synergy to his side. But J-Dragon seemingly in control here. Little by little, 𝗁𝗲𝗄 will go down. It looks like only one more attack. Something like a Savage Suplex looking to go onto the Potato to bring it down. Does J-Dragon want to let this Potato go? Does he swap into the mix to make all that damage go onto the double screen Machoke? That seems to be a potential play right there. Bringing that Puppet Master mix. Machoke eat it up and save Potato for a crazy +4 special attack Acid Reflux on the 𝗂𝗀𝗄. and the 𝗵𝗶𝗸 afterwards. Oh, Cycrox. All right, all right.
Cycrox will be on the field. Undermine nearly killing the 𝗧𝗃. We'll see if there's a double up on that position. 𝗂𝗀𝗇𝗺, though, I believe he was beelining to kill off the Nox, and it's sparking bullets the Cycrox, and it almost kills it. The burn and the seize just taking everything from this Cycrox. Uppercut, though, gonna kill off the Momo. And is this Voodoo Plus? Are we gonna see Tectonic Shrapnel to blow up the 𝗂𝗀𝗇𝗺?
No, wait, Voodoo on Cycrox. He doesn't have Voodoo. That's Lotto.
Oh, no, sorry. They look similar to in my head. Sorry.
No worries. I mean, these are all new Temtems for us, so no one can be blamed here. But, you know, that was really good with the taser technique, too. Adding that little tick of burn on the people's simp. Interesting name, J-Dragon decided. But, yeah, 𝗵𝗸 running out of some Temtems. 2 Temtems down for 𝗵𝗸 squad. J-Dragon still with all his side. However, 3 of those Tems very, very low, and Potato and 𝗂𝗏𝗃 have to do the heavy lifting, so 𝗵𝗶𝗸 are too fast, gonna be thunder striking the 𝗧𝗃. Let's see if Cycrox is able to get off anything before something like a simple uppercut will take him down. Yeah, the sparking bullet, a little bit too fast. Wait a second. 𝗵𝗸 might be bringing things back around. Is there a world where he has it in the bag? I mean, 𝗵𝗶𝗸 just recovering that 15% one more time. Maybe out of Crystal Spike. Actually, definitely out of Crystal Spike range now.
Yeah, but the big thing here is that 𝗵𝗶𝗇 still could get devastated by a acid reflux. I mean, same with the 𝗂𝗀𝗇𝗺 in the back. 𝗂𝗀𝗇𝗺, not long for this world, will have one more hit on him. So if there's any time to try and kill off this Nox, it is now.
Yeah, and of course, I believe it had the diffuser trait that we saw earlier, so it had that seize that we saw from the Cycrox, so taking away the item for those couple turns. But the Plague almost bringing down the 𝗂𝗏𝗃. Wait a second. Okay, at least the Tsunami will go off there.
Absolutely, Tsunami gets the pick off on 𝗂𝗀𝗇𝗺, so no follow through on killing off that Noxolotl, and the Virulent Gust one-shotting the 𝗵𝗶𝗇 as that new Noxolotl move reveals itself.
That is right, and for some reason, I have not got to see that yet. The Gust, is this still a toxic technique? Yeah, special with water synergy. Wow. Normal prio 0 hold, 60 base damage. That is really nice. Let me take a read here. So when you get the water synergy,
it's a toxic tsunami.
Yeah, inflict damage to the entire team. So really, really nice. And wait a second, did 𝗂𝗏𝗃 not get of an aquatic whirlwind?
I tried a cooperation, but it didn't work because it couldn't divide the stamina, I guess.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Yeah, but with the final, he can just do it one more time for the nice tech, or can just end it in some style with the acid reflex. Crystal Spike most likely doesn't kill right here, but the acid reflex following should be enough to do it. So Toxolotl staying alive. But let's get the beautiful animation one more time. This is the toxic spawn of the myths of the legends of Toxolotl. And there we have it, folks. J-Dragon taking the victory over 𝗵𝗸. GG in that beautiful towel gang.